Hey everyone, it's Pup Twigs here from Orlando, Florida, and I have joining me today as a guest is Pup Jaeger from Rockford, Illinois. How's it going?
Good so far. Can't complain.
That's good to hear. So let's jump right in on and talk about your name and your hood colors, if there's any significance to either of them. So how did you come up with Jaeger?
So, funny enough, I was having issues coming up with a pup name because I just got into it recently. And a friend of mine, another pup friend of mine, who actually gave me my hood, was amazing pup, by the way. But he said, "Why don't you just go by Pup Jaeger?" Because I wanted to go by something that wasn't common, not very like a common name. So I want to go something a little more unique. He's like, "Why don't you try Pup Jaeger?" I'm like, "Okay, sure. We'll test it out, see how it goes."
Well, there we go. That it sticks. But and you're right because you're the only Pup Jaeger I have seen yet so far. So that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what about the hood colors? Any significance, or do you have you thought about going different colors at times, or
At this moment, I thought about changing colors, but I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still trying to figure out my pup hood colors and etc. that fit me best because I was once told from another pup that choose colors that mean a lot to you, that mean significant to you, kind of thing.
and I've seen that from a lot of pups that they pick their colors based on sometimes it's their favorite color, sometimes it means something, and pups even I don't know if you've heard or anyone ever referred to the hanky code
Mhm,
and the colors of hankies. They use their pup colors to kind of signify the same thing that the hankies do.
mhm.
Now, for me, I change my hood, well, my muzzle color all the time. I've got like seven different colors, uh, just because that's the way I like to be. I don't like to be the same one all the time.
Right, every puppy's unique in their own way.
That's right. That's right. So, how long have you been a pup?
I officially identified as a pup baby back in January.
Okay, so fairly new.
Mhm.
So, a few months under your belt, when you think about the pup community in general, what has been the easiest part of being a pup, and then what has been the most difficult part of being a pup so far?
So far, the easiest part of it would have to be that people are very accepting in this community. They're all there for each other. They support each other and everything. I don't believe that well, there's been a little bit of a difficulty, but that's because I went to Pride Fest maybe a couple weeks ago at my own state, and people were a little concerned or a little confused on, because they would pull me aside because I wear my harness, and they
Uh
would pull me aside and go, "What the pup community is about? Is it about something something?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to explain this yet."
yeah, sometimes it's a little hard to explain, but it's just you get into that headspace and you're just there and you're enjoying it. So
Right.
yeah. So if you could go back and change one thing that you've seen so far in the pup community, what do you think that change would be?
From my own perspective, I don't think there's anything I see myself that needs to be changed.
Okay. Anything just in general with the pup community?
I don't believe so, no.
No. Okay, and that's good. That's good then. So, what kind of hobbies do you have there in Rockford, Illinois?
Besides when I work, I usually am a personal digital artist, so I do art for myself and etc.
Oh, nice.
Or I go and play video games or spend time with my partners.
Yeah. Well, good, good. What about pets? Do you have any pets of your own?
Yes, I actually have some ESAs. I have two cats. One is 6 years old, and the other one is, I believe, 5 to 6 months old.
Okay.
And then I have a Boxador dog, which is a boxer lab mix,
Wow.
and he's about 2 years old.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that keeps you busy as well with all them.
Oh, definitely. The dog is definitely a hugger, a giant teddy bear. Loves to come up to you every morning, wakes me up, hops in my bed, sniffs me, and then licks me. I'm like, hi to you too.
Oh, that's fun though. So, so have you identified yet as like a beta, omega, or an alpha yet?
I've talked this over with my handler slash partner because again, I'm still understanding pup terms and all
Right.
that. And he said, personally, I think that maybe you fit more into the beta category because you're very submissive.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I fit because beta you could sometimes go either if you need to be a leader, then you can be a leader. If you need to be submissive, you can be submissive. So you kind of the best of both worlds,
Mhm.
and that's the way that I feel that I am as well. So let's say another person came up to you and was interested in getting into the pup community. What
Mhm.
kind of advice would you give them?
I would suggest what I did at first. At first, I didn't understand anything. I'm a furry myself, so I went to a furry convention. I see everybody walking around with a pup hood, and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" Because I've never seen it before,
Yeah,
and I was confused. I was a little uncomfortable because I didn't know what it was. You just randomly see people walking around in these hoods, and you're like, "What is it?" You know? And I would suggest to them maybe do a little research and then maybe ask a few people if, in the community itself or see if they know anybody to get more information, see if it fits with you kind of thing.
yeah. There's a lot of information out there. You just got to Google it and find it and read up about it because there is
Mhm.
definitely a lot out there. So what does the pup community look like in Rockford? Do you have a lot of pups in the area?
I so far I haven't met anyone in the Rockford area. The pups I went to Pride with were from out of Rockford. They're from a different section of Illinois.
Okay, all right. Um, so you mentioned furry. Is the furries is that a significant group in Rockford too, or is that also outside of Rockford?
It's a bit of both. So there's like a few people I know here that are furries like myself, and then it spreads out from there kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm trying to get a handle on because I find in just about every community we have a an absence of female pups.
Hmm.
Do you know any female pups in your area, or are they all mostly male dominant in the area?
As far as I can tell, I've seen a few more males than anything, but I believe maybe during Pride Fest I may have saw one or two females or somebody who identified as female.
Uh-huh. Well, and I find that we don't have a lot here in Orlando either, but I mean, I think the pup community would only benefit because it's great to we're an inclusive group and everyone's
Mhm.
welcome. And
Right.
I would really love to see more females get into the puppy community as well. So I've got a question here from this came from Pup AJ out of Brisbane, Australia,
Okay.
and he wanted to know what kind of events would you like to see in the pup community? I mean, most of them now go and hang out at bars, but what kind
Mhm.
of other events would you like to see?
Maybe like people from like around maybe around the country or wherever country every pup's from, maybe have like I would say gatherings, but not conventions. Like certain events held for all pups to get together and meet and interact with each other.
Sure, sure. I hear you on that one. So if a pup down the road saw our podcast and wanted to reach out and say hi to you, do you have any social media that you would want to share for them to reach out?
Actually, yes, I have my Facebook, which they're more than welcome to reach out, which is under Aslan Jade Jaeger. And then there's also my Instagram. It's mainly for my art, but they're welcome to get their own too, which is also Yeen Scout, like hyena, but it's
Oh,
Yeen Scout.
okay. All right. Well, we'll make sure that we include that with this as well. So if pups want to reach out to you, they can.
Okay.
So anything else that we need to know about Pup Jaeger before we jump off of this?
I don't believe so, actually.
All right. Well, hey, it has been awesome getting to spend a little bit of time and talking to you and get to know you.
Right, I appreciate you having me.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds